Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us this Tuesday. I'm Janelle Slade. The U.S. House today failed to override President Trump's veto over the national emergency border wall. Despite both the House and Senate recently voting to overturn the president's national emergency declaration, today House Democrats could not garner enough Republican support to reach a two-thirds majority. Now, today's vote, the latest in a series of votes aimed at the president's efforts to build a wall. Montana Senior Senator Jon Tester was touring the border this past weekend, and Q2's Russ traveled with the senator to see his reaction to the scene and check out the situation firsthand.
What to do about securing the U.S.-Mexico border and also about those who cross it illegally has become a divisive political issue. I had a chance to see the situation firsthand going out with Border Patrol agents.
We are just outside of McAllen, Texas, where if you look across the Rio Grande, you can see Mexico. I'm with Border Patrol agent Carlos Ruiz.
Here in the Rio Grande Valley, we have two demographics of aliens that we apprehend. We apprehend family units and unaccompanied children that actually actively seek Border Patrol to be apprehended in order to claim asylum or hope for a better life and permanent stay in the United States. Then we have what we call the impactables. These are people who are actively trying to avoid apprehension. They don't want to get caught from us.
And that goes on day and night, according to Border Patrol agents here. We would encounter both of these groups, those who want to get away and those who don't.
They just walked up from the river and turned themselves into us. So now they're just preparing them for transport so that they can take it to the processing center and process it.
Ruiz says they're averaging about 1,000 a day right now. Not long afterwards, another group is apprehended. They've just come across the river. You can still see the smuggler on the other side.
Got something that you guys just got something a lot of people, reporters don't get, and that's a wrap.
Yeah, that is a wrap. That's how they came over. They are from Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala.
How long was the trip here?
¿Cuánto tardaron en llegar aquí de sus países originales?
Un mes.
It took her 1 month.
Un mes.
1 month.
3 semanas.
3 weeks. ¿Cuánto te tardaste? 3 weeks.
Why did you want to come here?
¿Para qué querían venir acá?
Para buscar un futuro mejor. Necesito que me den permiso de estar porque necesito trabajo. Tengo mis hijos, tengo 5 hijos. Y soy madre soltera.
They're looking for a better life, and she's a single mother, and she's looking to look for work so she could put her child, so that their child can grow up here and have a better life.
What will you do now? You asked them, what will they do now?
¿Y qué van a hacer ahora? They don't know.
We just don't have the infrastructure yet, and so we've got to make sure that when we're doing our budgeting and the appropriations subcommittee of Homeland Security, that we allocate the funds in the right spots. If we allocate them in the wrong spots, we're not going to solve this problem, and it will continue to get worse unless we get it solved.
Would you describe this as a crisis from what you've seen?
I would describe it as a problem that could reach crisis proportion if we don't act in a way that makes sense. But I will also tell you that I think we can't do everything at once. We need to stage the things, and I think the most important thing we can do right now is make sure that these folks have the manpower and technology, and we deal with the issues from the originating countries.
Whether you call it a crisis or not, one thing is very clear. There's a problem here with no easy solutions. On the southern border in McAllen, Texas, I'm Russ reporting for MTN News.
Thanks, Russ. And Russ, we'll have more from the border later this week. Well, tonight in Billings, former South Carolina Republican Representative Trey Gowdy avoided politics and focused on education. Gowdy was here to speak at the Billings Christian School Education Foundation fundraiser. Q2's Mitch Laggy is standing by with more on tonight's talk. Mitch.
Janelle, tonight Gowdy reflected on his time in the U.S. House and spoke on the relationship between truth and freedom. One of the main takeaways from tonight, that an average person